Hello traders, today I'm going to discuss some educational based trade management, entering into the trades under certain conditions. This is important because I don't think a lot of traders really talk about this or know how to enter correctly into the market. So I'm going to focus this video on giving some examples. I'm going to show you some Atlas line signals, some roadmap signals, some trades, but I think it's important to understand more so on the entries, why and how, and maybe this will be a benefit to your trading as well. Now, before we begin, remember that trading is risky. Please don't trade with funds you can't afford to lose. There are risks involved with trading. Now, I have the Atlas line up. This is an Atlas line entry. Now, you can see these P's here listed on the chart. That is pullback trade for the Atlas line software. It's telling me that there's a pullback in the market to go ahead and enter short into the market. So the Atlas line is above us, therefore we're going to take a short trade. So this is a sell signal. Now typically when we enter into the market, whether you use a limit, an MIT market of touch, which I like, or a plain Jane market order, remember that where you enter and get filled is very important. So as an example, this specific trade uses what's called a pivotal stop. And the pivotal stop uses the pivot of where you see those P's, where the P's are being shown. That happens to make a pivot. And we're going to use that as a stop. So a pivotal stop is used for this particular trade being a pullback trade. And we use that for a strength trade as well, and some for other methods as well. We use a pivotal stop. Now, if you enter too far away from the pivotal stop, which happens to be about 41.59, just going to adjust that there, 68 quarter. So if I use this pivotal stop at 41.68 quarter, 41.6850, that means that the distance from where I entered and the pivotal stop is a value, whether that's 10 ticks, 12 ticks, 20 ticks, whatever the case may be, in comparison to my target and the current conditions, which is listed as that number on the bottom, 1.5 or 1.69. That's the ATR. So I'm using the current conditions first to tell me what I can expect out of the market. That's number one. Number two is if my stop in comparison to the current conditions is too large, it's not worth taking the trade. So the way that we are able to enter into the market with a smaller risk or smaller loss is by calculating that 1.5 points from where you see the ATR, which is being listed as, now it's 1.75 or 1.83 rounding down. What I'm doing is I'm entering equidistant based on the pivotal stop and the value. So if I'm looking at a 1.5 target or a 1.5 as the current conditions, I am going to enter into the market at a value or a price that is equal to that, to my pivotal stop. Now this may be a little confusing. I'm going to draw this out here instead of walking you through the trade. Those of you who attend mentorship and watch the videos and the training modules and all that stuff learn this, but I think it's important for the average trader to understand it's not just jumping in, I'm going long or short. It's more important to say, where am I entering in comparison to where my stop is? I don't have to jump in right at market. I can wait until the market pulls back or retraces, so I have a stop that's equal to the current conditions or equal to my target or smaller than my target, which is even better. So that's one way that you can manage the trade. So if I entered right as the P's appeared or where the pullback trade told me to go short, it would be maybe 2 or 3 ticks at a lower price, which would put me at a disadvantage. But the key here is to say, I know I'm going short based on a method, which is the pullback trade on the Atlas line, but the distance to the pivotal stop is too far away. Therefore, let me place my entry a little bit higher so the market retraces. My stop is smaller, the pivotal stop doesn't change, so I'm not adjusting my stop based on that. I'm adjusting it to the specific stop based on the pivotal stop. And therefore, I am going short at a better price, which ultimately is a less risk. Your target can be reached easier, and this is one way to manage the trade. So this happens to be the pullback trade on the Atlas line. As you see it, the shaded areas are the roadmap zones. Let's take a look at another method. All right, so here we have maybe about 10 minutes later, a bigger picture. You're seeing the roadmap zones. So the shaded areas where it says Zone A down, Zone A up, those are the roadmap zones created by the roadmap software. So the software is those shaded areas for the roadmap. The Atlas line is above in yellow. And what we have right now is a signal here to go short at 41.59 quarter that just appeared. The software actually gives you signals. The roadmap says go short, go long, based on it hitting these zones and then reversing or coming off of it. So if you look at where the stop is, we don't necessarily use just a pivotal stop when it comes to the roadmap. We also use a stop that is above or outside of those zones. And so going short at 41.59 quarter, where it indicates, may be too far away in comparison to whatever stop you're using. In this case, it would either be a pivotal stop or it would be a stop a couple ticks outside the zone. And based on what we've just learned in the previous example, what we're doing is we're entering a few ticks or a point or two higher, also going short, but not at 41.59 quarter. We're seeing if we can get a better price. In this case, I only was able to, I get in right away, so a tick better. But it really comes down to the same idea, the same purpose. If you're able to limit the risk, have a better risk to reward ratio when entering into the market. So we already know first what the current market conditions happen to be. So if you look at the ATR, it's 1.77 and round down. We're looking at about 7 ticks, 6-7 ticks. 1 3/4 of a point is about 7 ticks on the E-mini S&P. And if I know what the current conditions are, and if my stop is much larger than that, I can say I don't want to really risk more than 7 or 8 ticks on this trade. Based on where my stop is, let me just wait. If in fact the market goes higher, I'm able to enter at a better price, higher price. My stop doesn't move, doesn't change. It's still the same. It's just a smaller risk. My target will be based on wherever I enter. Again, about 6, 7, 8 ticks based on the current conditions. Let me just expand this out here a little bit more. And you can see that by me entering, let's say, a tick or two better, my stop doesn't change. My risk is smaller. It's easier for me to make the target if it gets down there. And so what you're doing is we're managing the entries based on our already known price of the stop. So we're managing our entries based on where the stop is going to be to begin with. And that way I can say I don't want to risk 8 points, 10 points, 5 points. I can risk 2 or 3, entering at a better price. The stop does not change. My target does not change. And you're in a much better position. This is, in this video, and I really do go into a little bit more detail in the classes and the training that I do for the members of DayTradeToWin. When it comes to this type of, I think it's a little bit more advanced for more advanced traders to look at, not just following software, but saying the software is giving me a signal. Where is the stop in comparison? Oh, the stop is too large. Let me avoid this trade, or let me see if I can get a better price. It should happen sooner rather than later, right? So it should be an immediate entry at a better price, not wait an hour for the better price, obviously. So you want to see it immediately. And that way I can go ahead and take a better entry, smaller risk. It just really works out much better. Now, if you have questions on this, feel free to email me or visit DayTradeToWin. There's a Contact Us page. If you're interested in joining the upcoming mentorship classes that we have a new accelerated mentorship class. We also invite you to join into our free members area, so you can go ahead and get a free member account. And you have some courses, some software, some things that you can download, some instructions to get you started. It's really an all-intuitive way to get involved with learning how to day trade. Day trade's not for everybody, but for those of you who really want to learn, this is a great way to get your foot in the door, to learn how to day trade with a simple course for free. And then if you want to take it to the next step, you can go ahead and see the other offers that we provide. If you're new to day trading and want to learn more on the benefits of trading the markets, visit DayTradeToWin.com, join the next mentorship class starting later this month, and subscribe to the DayTradeToWin YouTube channel. We focus on price action and work exclusively with new and beginner traders who want to learn more on how to prosper from trading.